Hello everyone, my name is Lerato Sokhulu and I'm from Durban, Kwa-Zulu, Natal. I'm 27 years old and I am a PhD candidate at the University of KwaZulu Natal. So I've been tasked by Sabelo and his team to speak on my academic journey as a feature of Women's Month as they are embracing the women of South Africa. So basically, I went to Castle Hill Primary in Durban, and then from there I went to Durban Secondary. And in Durban Secondary, I took the science stream, which consisted of life sciences, geography, mathematics, and physics. When I took that stream, I basically wanted to obviously follow the science field, okay, or be in the science field, choose a career in the sciences. So when I applied via CAO during that time, I obviously put some of the careers that were in sciences. As my last choice, I put Bachelor of Education, not knowing that that is where I will eventually get into. So I got into of Education. This was 2011 as a first year student. Somewhat inside me, I knew that I'd love to become a teacher one day, but I wasn't sure, because, as a child, you're influenced by so many things. And a lot of my friends in high school were all speaking about getting into sciences. So I also kind of followed that. But I thank God every day for eventually getting to education, because now that is my passion. I love it so much. I love impacting on the lives of the young. I love to spread positivity into them as well. And most importantly, to share my expertise with the learners. So, when I got to UKZ in Edgewood, I studied my 4-year degree course. Obviously, I loved working with learners, as I said, did my teaching practice. They were validation that I was supposed to be there, what I was doing is right. From the B.Ed, I then went on to Bachelor of Education honors in 2015 when I eventually finished my 4-year degree with honors. Well, with Bachelor of Education honors, I really enjoyed it because it introduced me to research, which I also love very much now, which I'm very passionate about. When I got to this particular course now, there were a lot of new things, as I said, that were introduced, and they mainly were talking about research. And from there, I developed more love for research. I went into my master's. I was basically motivated by my results as well to say, okay, I can do this. I went into my master's. I did my master's. When I was doing my master's, I kept on applying for different scholarships and bursaries because for honors, I also received a scholarship for honors, but later on the year, I was self-funded. I registered on my own, and then eventually NRF awarded me as the scholarship, which paid my tuition fee. And then for masters that did not have a scholarship, I had to pay my own as well. But I was applying, as I said. So with my second year masters, because I did coursework, I also got a scholarship there, and I was thrilled because it was a scholarship that was a stepping stone to academia. So I was very grateful for that, and I had to leave. With the scholarship, I had to leave what I was doing, which was teaching. I was teaching at a high school at that time, and I had to leave teaching and focus mainly on becoming a scholar, which means that I after graduating for masters, I then had to enroll for PhD at the same university, and was fully funded. So um I was a bit skeptical, mainly because I was moving from being a person who was working to now back to being a student full time. But I thank God for that decision that I made, because it is worth it. As I'm saying, currently I'm still doing my PhD, and it's my second year doing it. So to everyone out there, please trust yourself and know that you are capable. Sometimes the decisions that you have to take will not be easy, but if you know what you want and you are driven by your goals and desire, it is definitely possible. So for me as well, it wasn't easy taking that decision to say I'm quitting and rather I am leaving my permanent job to go back to studying. But it is totally worth it now when I am reflecting and looking at how I'm building on my academic career. And right now I lecture at the university. I lecture the lecture modules of the Bachelor of Education program, which is one of the, it's called Educational Studies, and it's one of the core modules that all of the B.Ed candidates take. So it's been an amazing journey, and how can I forget this beautiful thing that happened to me last year? So last year, I don't know if I'm going to take long, if I'm going to explain this, because it's really heartwarming, and it's something that I'm very passionate about as well as an individual. So last year I established a non-profit organization for which assist learners in applying to universities, in career guidance, as well as applying for NSFAS or any other funding sponsorship. So I'm really passionate about this because as a teacher before, I did help out the learners into guiding them to which career paths they could take, because when I was a learner back in the day, I did not have that, and it was very difficult for me to make the right choices to say where I want to be and what I wanted to study. As I said previously, I was influenced by my friends whom they got the guidance from whoever that were guiding them at the time, but I had nobody. So I didn't want the same experience to happen to learners when we are here as individuals and we can help them. So because I wasn't in high schools anymore, I had to start something that was going to still do the same, that was still going to be the same, which is helping learners out with applications and stuff. And that has been it's been a huge success, and I'm so grateful. So last year we helped a lot of learners with NSFAS application, with university applications as well, and of course offering career guidance. This year we are still doing it, and we are mainly based in Durban, schools around Durban, and we do get invites to schools and we go there as an outreach, and it's just been a beautiful journey.